Good evening. Another setback for America's vaccination effort. The FDA warning today the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is linked to a serious but rare autoimmune disease. The CDC reports about 100 cases have been reported out of the nearly 13 million J&J shots administered. This couldn't come as a worse time for America. The White House has been pushing to convince more people to get vaccinated as the highly contagious Delta variant continues to spread. The country's seeing, on average, nearly 20,000 new cases a day. That's up more than 70% over the past 3 weeks, according to Johns Hopkins. The surge comes as Pfizer officials held a meeting today with the FDA and the CDC to discuss the need for a third dose of its vaccine. But other countries are not waiting. Today, Israel started giving out Pfizer's booster shot to adults with weak immune systems. CNBC's senior health and science correspondent Meg Terrell now on one of these two big storylines tonight. Meg, first on the J&J setback, what do we know?
Yeah, so it's a disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome. It's a condition where the immune system damages the nerves and can cause muscle weakness or, in severe cases, paralysis. Now, the FDA saying tonight it's updated fact sheets for the J&J vaccine to note there may be an increased risk, although it says it hasn't definitively established the vaccine causes the disorder. There have also been some rare cases reported in Europe with the AstraZeneca vaccine, which uses a similar technology. Now, of the 100 preliminary reports after the J&J shot, the FDA said 95 were serious and required hospitalization, and there was one reported death. The CDC saying today most of the cases were reported about 2 weeks after vaccination, mostly in males and many aged 50 and older. And though the rate is very low, less than 1 in 100,000, the FDA says risks to watch out for include weakness or tingling in the legs and arms, or difficulty walking, or with facial movements. Both agencies say there's no suggestion of a link with the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines, which have been given to many more people, more than 146 million in the U.S., compared with 12.8 million for the J&J vaccine. Use of all three, though, has been in decline since a peak in mid-April, and some experts worry any suggestion of a new risk, even a rare one like this, could discourage people on the fence from getting vaccinated. Polling data from Kaiser Family Foundation show more than half of people who aren't vaccinated cite worries about side effects as a major reason why. The FDA and CDC emphasizing most people fully recover from this disorder and say the benefits of vaccination outweigh any risks. Shep?
And Meg, Pfizer is making its case today on the need for boosters. Any clarity on that?
Yeah, we just heard from the company actually minutes ago saying it had a, quote, productive meeting with U.S. public health officials on its research program and preliminary booster data from its clinical trials, saying they share a sense of urgency in staying ahead of the virus and that scientific data will dictate next steps. This, of course, after last week when the FDA and CDC made it pretty clear they don't want Americans planning on boosters anytime soon, trying to keep the focus on as many people as possible getting their first shots. But of course, other countries already moving ahead. We also heard from France today that people who got vaccines in January and February will be offered boosters in the fall, something the UK has said it's considering as well. This is really not sitting well with officials at the World Health Organization, who said some countries haven't been able to protect their healthcare workers yet with first doses.
We need to decide what our priority is. And what part of this is a global crisis are we not getting? This is still a global crisis. And it is a time to protect those who are most vulnerable in our society.
The WHO also saying the data don't yet support the need for booster shots. Shep?
Meg Terrell, thank you. Nevada is feeling the impact of Delta now. That's according to recent data from the health department. The state reported an average of more than 500 COVID hospitalizations, up nearly 80% over the past 2 weeks. NBC's Steve Patterson's live in Vegas for us. Steve, what are health officials doing to try to curb this spread?
Shep, it's to the point now where health officials are practically begging people to get vaccinated. The Delta variant here is pushing nearly every metric, from case count to positivity rate to, as you mentioned, hospitalizations, which, by the way, are at a point now that we have not seen since mid-February. But the part that is so enraging for these health officials is that they say it doesn't have to be this way if more people would just get vaccinated. Yet the state vaccination rate only at about 39%. But you could go and find communities here near the Strip that are less than 25%. We visited some of those communities, went to a vaccination drive at a nearby apartment complex. I found some young women that say they wanted to wait to get the vaccine. I asked why. Here's what happened next.
What took you guys so long?
We were just indecisive. Honestly.
Yeah, a little
wanted
scared.
to see what would happen.
They say they are now happy that they got the vaccine. What happens next is FEMA is in touch with the Nevada government. We should see federal surge teams on the ground here in the matter of days, very reminiscent of the height of the pandemic. Chef.
Steve Patterson on another hot day in Vegas. Thank you. Tokyo officially under its fourth state of emergency as the Olympic Games kick off in less than 2 weeks. Health officials there reporting a rise in COVID cases. Tokyo seeing an average of nearly 800 new cases each day, up nearly 90% over the past 3 weeks, or actually more than 90%. The state of emergency announced for the duration of the Olympic Games. The measures set to force restaurants and bars to close early and stop serving alcohol entirely. The strict rules come a week after organizers banned fans at nearly all Olympic venues.